Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie, and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today I want to do a reading on Dan Bongino. Now, I have my laptop out here. We are going to take a peek and see who Dan Bongino is because I am not really familiar with him. So, Daniel John Bongino, or as David Pakman calls him, Dan Bongino, which I prefer, is an American conservative political commentator, radio host, author, and former law enforcement officer serving as the 20th Deputy Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation under Kash Patel. He hosts the Dan Bongino Show on Rumble and previously hosted Unfiltered with Dan Bongino on Fox News until April 2023. Okay. He was a New York City police officer, a U.S. Secret Service agent, and a MAGA Trumper. So, with that being said, let's take a little look and see what we can expect from Dan Bongino. Now, remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinion. And listen, I'm snarky and I'm opinionated, okay? And if my opinions bother you, then I'm sorry, but go ahead and click out now because I am who I am, all right, you guys? So, and if I call him Dan Bongino and giggle, you're just going to have to deal with it because I think it's really funny. I am a child sometimes. Okay, you guys. Yeah, so entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, form your own opinions, and be kind to one another in the comment section down below. But you guys can make fun of Dan Bongino. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to be doing a new spread tonight that I want to, well, today, I guess you guys are going to see this in the morning, so this morning, where I want to look at some very specific things. So I'm going to look at 12 different components. Now, I used to do a really cool reading based on the astrological houses. This is kind of similar to that. However, I wanted to ask some different questions, some more specific questions. So we're going to try this new layout. I'm really excited. So we're going to work through this one together, you guys. Okay. Okay. So let's see what the universe wants us to know about good old Dan. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the cards out, and then we'll go through what each one is and what it means. Okay, so we're going to start with the first card, and this first card talks about his present state, his present self, kind of where is he currently as a person. And the card that he has is the Seven of Coins, also known as the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this card is a potential for success. So this is a really good card. This is saying like he has an opportunity right now where he has the potential to be incredibly successful. That does not mean that he will or won't. It just means that he has the potential and the opportunity right now to be very successful. The odds are on his side. What is he going to do? Is he going to be successful, or is he going to make other choices? The second card here, this talks about his money situation, his finances, his resources, and he has the Tower card. Things are not good for him financially at all. And this is a card too of like having to learn the lesson of humility. So going through perhaps some substantial losses, and having to kind of acknowledge that, even if he doesn't acknowledge it publicly, it's something that he has to acknowledge to himself privately. I don't know anything about this guy. I hadn't heard of him as far as I can remember prior to today. So I don't know anything about his personal life or his backstory, but I do feel as if he's in a very bad financial situation. And I think he got himself there by really bad choices. It wasn't like, you know, something he could have prevented. It was something that he actually caused. So then we have the third card. The third card represents his current mental state. And we have the Nine of Cups reversed. This is the card of being egotistical, being self-centered, overindulging, being greedy, being disconnected. So he's not in a good place mentally. And it makes me sad for him because he has this potential for such great success. But because of his current mental state, I just don't see him. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but between his financial situation, his current mental state, and then now we're going to move on to his family and his home life. And it's the Five of Coins reversed. This is not good energy. The Five of Coins is needing rehabilitation. It needs to be refurbished. Now, this does mean coming back, bouncing back from your lowest point, but this means like being at your lowest point. So I don't know if he's married or what his personal life looks like, but I can tell you that this looks like there is a lot of work that needs to be done. Oh, by the way, for entertainment purposes only, you guys, okay? There's work that needs to be done. Refurbishment. It's not in a good place. It's needing work. It's just, yeah, it's his home life is not in a good state currently. The fifth card is his health. So this is the Ace of Cups. This is a card of fertility. I'm wondering if, I don't know how old, 1974. So he would be 50. This is a card of, it can be pregnancy. So, I mean, he's a little older, but guys a lot older than him have been fathers, but this is fertility and new beginnings. So this could be a child, but this could also just be he's doing something new health-wise. He's doing something this is all about something new. New beginnings. This is about if this is not a child, I'm really feeling like this is a child, but if this is not a child, then he's doing something different with the way that he cares for himself, and it's a really good improvement. Okay. So I don't know if it would be like giving up drinking or changing his diet in some way or doing something with supplements or something, but it looks to me like he's going to have a positive change in his health. Then we have job and occupation, and we have the Six of Wands. This is the card of victory. So I very much feel like he got this position. This is his victory. Now, what is victory going to look like to him? Is it going to look like going into the FBI and doing the right thing and, being a cause for good in the world? Or is this about going in and unleashing retribution and, is that going to be success for him? Lining his pockets and lashing out. And I did hear a quote that he says he wants to own the libs. So maybe this will be like success to him as owning the libs, whatever that means. So it's going to be interesting to see which way he goes, because he has right now the opportunity to go either way. He hasn't made a choice yet. He hasn't acted out yet. So right now the energy is in flux, right? When we read tarot, we have to remember that this is the energy as it is right now as I'm filming this. But because people have choices and free will, if people make different choices, the timeline or these events can change. And that's the beautiful thing about tarot, because you can use it as a tool. If you see something coming and you don't want that, then you don't have to claim that. You can say, that's not for me. And when you see that energy come into your life, you can recognize it for what it is, and you can make a different choice to avoid that. So that's a good thing, right? So Dan Bongino is at a crossroads right now where he hasn't really acted yet. So he could really go either way. Okay. Let's see which way he chooses. So then we have romantic relationships. For romantic relationships, he has Temperance. This is a good mix. So I think he probably is pretty tempered in his relationships. He's probably not, and if I mean if he does end up having another, child, then that would make sense that his relationships would be tempered. With this home life, I'm almost wondering if this is like if he had a wife with like kids, or like an ex-wife with kids, but like he's like moved on or something. um, this could be like that relationship with his first wife and his children. This can also be like his relationship with his family. So there's a lot of different ways that this can work out. That's the other thing with tarot, is that we're looking at general concepts and archetypes, and then we're trying to make it make sense, basically. And that's why I can give you guys examples of ways it may play out, but that doesn't mean it's going to play out exactly like I tell you, because I don't have like a direct line where I can see this stuff. I'm just trying to take different clues and figure out what it could be. Okay, so just know if it doesn't turn out exactly like this, just look at the energy. The energy is going to flow like this. So now we have the eighth card, and this is personal viewpoint. This is their ideologies, their beliefs. Okay, and he has the magician reversed. This is wanting power, but being smoke and mirrors. This is being a fraud. This is untapped potential. So I don't think he's going to be effective at all or be a cause for good, because his personal viewpoints are all about being dishonest. The magician reversed is a showman. It's smoke and mirrors. It's not living up to your potential. So that's such a bummer. Okay. Then we have the ninth card. This is the card of either ambition or aim or career goals. And we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is about reassessment. So he wants to go in there and essentially reassess or re-examine everything that's happening within the FBI under the direction of Kash Patel, and like get rid of everything, reassess, redo things, move things around. This is all about like going in there and basically like blowing everything up. That's what his career ambition is. Community, friends, allies. We have the Two of Swords reversed. This is deception or being blind to manipulation. He is being deceived and manipulated by those that are closest to him, by those he would call his friends or his allies. He is being completely manipulated, period. Okay. Then we have his current energy. This is the Three of Wands. This is all about action, activity. He's ready to jump in there and go to work. He has these ideas and these things he wants to do, and he's going to go in there and he's going to make a mess of it. And then we have the Six of Cups. And this card, I always say, is the Maga card. This is the card of nostalgia. This is the card of like looking back to the past and thinking fondly of it, but perhaps it wasn't as great as people like to, paint it out to be, just like the MAGA people do. And this is in the future outcome. He is going to implement the MAGA agenda. 100%. He's going to implement the MAGA agenda. So now I want to look at what impact is he going to have on the FBI during his tenure? What impact is he going to have? What impact is Dan Bongino going to have on the FBI? Okay. Let's see. Oh, the High Priestess, oh my God, the Empress reversed, and the Four of Wands. I want to get one more. And the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, the High Priestess reversed. This is deceit. This is duplicity. This is lying. This is not being truthful. This is not being truthful at all. This is all about secrets. The Empress reversed. This is being barren. This is having nothing to give. Absolutely nothing to give. Completely impotent in his role. There is nothing here for him. Nothing. He's going to be completely like, yeah. Four of Wands reversed. This is like a rite of passage. I feel like he's not going to do a lot other than just kind of follow along. I don't think he's going to do a lot of destruction. Because he's not going to have to. The Knight of Wands reversed. This is about being like insecure or hesitating. So I think he's really just going to be following along behind Kash Patel. I'm almost wondering if he isn't going to be around very long. Let's get some What's the Vibe cards, you guys. And let's just see what the vibe is. If you guys are ever curious to know where or what decks I use, if you open the description box down below this video, there is a link to my website. On my website, I have pictures of all of the different decks, and then if you click them, it'll give you the link to where you can purchase them, okay? So those are all there. Also, if you're interested in supporting my channel, you can become a member, and the link to do that is also in the description box. My membership is 99 cents a month, and what that gets you is access to member-only content. I do member-only videos. I do member-only lives where you get to ask your questions and I pull cards for you. So it's a lot of fun. There's all kinds of other stuff I do for my members. We have fun little badges, little custom badges and stuff over there. So if you want to check that out, again, that is in the description box. Okay. So let's just shuffle and see what flies out. So the first question I want to ask is, what's the vibe for Dan's first week in office? What is his vibe going to be for this first week in office? Okay, so we have toxic and we have shattered. So broken, nightmares, failures. So his first week is going to be full of drama, arguments, incompatible with what's going on, shattered. So his first week is not going to be good. Okay, what's the vibe between Dan and Kash Patel? Masculine energy, authority, discipline, father figure. Okay, so there's definitely masculine energy between the two of them, or male energy. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, closeness. So they definitely have a closeness, some kind of a close bond, shared ideology. Wouldn't it be funny if we found out that there was a little bit more going on there? Okay, so now I want to see what is going to be the vibe of Dan's tenure with the FBI. What will his vibe be? What will they say like this was his vibe? Longing, missing you, let's talk reunion, thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. So bad decisions, longing, maybe longing for it to be more than it was, trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness, and psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. That's so crazy, you guys. There's so many cards in this deck, and we could have gotten so many different things, but the fact that we get like bad decisions, trapped, psychopath, toxic, masculine energy when we're talking about men, it always amazes me how spot on these cards are. Okay, so how is this all going to end for Dan Bongino? So sorry. I know I'm being so childish. It's just so funny to me. I know someone's just going to totally read me in the comments, but I can't help it. One time I laughed about a joke about Biden. I got a card that said ancient mystery, and I said the mystery is that Biden is ancient, and I started laughing because to me it was just so stupid that it was funny. Like, when you say something really dumb and you just make yourself laugh. So I started like cracking up in the video. Oh my God, I had so many people get mad at me for like disrespecting Biden. And it's like, I'm a Biden fan. Gosh, back off. So yeah, some people are gonna be like, you're childish. Don't laugh at Dan Bongino. He can't help it. He can't help that that's his name, right? Poor Dan Bongino. Oh God, you guys. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, that was a terrible shuffle. See, I'm getting like negative karma because I'm being mean. I'm being mean. I have to like shake that off. I tell you guys, don't be mean in the comment section, and then I'm being mean to Dan Bongino. Okay. So how is this all going to end up for Dan? His final outcome. Wow. It's very crazy that out of 4 cards, he got 3 major arcana cards. That is some really, really big energy. We have the Hermit reversed, Strength reversed, the Moon reversed, and 5 of Cups. This does not look great. So we're going to start with the Hermit reversed. This is about ignorance and immaturity, not being able to see the light, not being able to see the truth, being kind of lost in the dark. Strength reversed is about trying to use brute force to shove something into something, and it's not going to work. It's like trying to muscle something in. So there's something that he's going to try to accomplish or try to do, and instead of doing it the right way or trying to finesse it in or, be smart, he's just going to try to muscle it through. The Moon reverse, this is all about secrets. This is about confusion. This is about uncertainty. So his time in the FBI is going to be filled with confusion and uncertainty. I think that's probably, pretty understandable. But this final card is the one that really caught my attention. The 5 of Cups is about loss, but it's about like mourning. So I'm wondering if he's going to have some kind of a loss, either like related to his job, losing a colleague, or there's something big happening where someone is impacted, or this is a substantial loss though. And because we're looking at it in the context of at the agency, not like his personal life, I'm just talking energy. Okay. I'm not saying this is going to happen. So please don't come back if this, doesn't happen and be like, that didn't happen. This is like the energy I'm getting is like, and this is terrible and I don't want this to happen, but like, let's say he's in like the FBI headquarters and like people die, but he survives. It's like that kind of energy. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. Okay. But it's like that kind of a situation, like a public setting where people are taken out and he's left alive, but then carrying that like grief and that sadness. And perhaps that's even why he leaves the agency or is asked to leave, or I don't know. So anyway, okay, you guys, I felt kind of bad for Dan Bongino. He seems to have kind of a sad future coming, and I hope that it turns out differently for him. But anyway, if you guys like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up on your way out. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, please consider hanging out with me while I'm being silly. And if you haven't subscribed, it's really easy to do. You can just click that little circle right there. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.